Before there was glory, there was sacrifice. Carles Puyol, the man we call the innocent, was never the flashiest, never the most glamorous. But what he lacked in elegance, he gave back in pure loyalty and heart. From his first game with Barcelona in 1999, Puyol became the soul of the team. With his long curly hair flying in the wind, he looked like a warrior straight out of a medieval battlefield. He wasn't a defender who relied on tricks or dirty plays. No, Puyol's strength came from his innocent devotion to the game. He would throw his body in front of bullets if it meant protecting his team. Do you remember the 2006 Champions League final? Barcelona versus Arsenal. Puyol wasn't just defending, he was leading. He screamed, he pushed, he inspired. That night, Barca lifted the European crown, and the captain's armband sat proudly on his arm. But his true glory came in 2010, World Cup final, Spain versus the Netherlands. It wasn't Torres, it wasn't Iniesta or Villa who carried Spain's spirit. It was Puyol. His header against Germany in the semi-final literally carried Spain into the final. Without him, maybe history would be different. For over a decade, Puyol was the face of clean, honest, unbreakable defending. That's why he is the innocent. Not because he was soft, but because he defended without corruption, without shortcuts. If Puyol was the heart, then Ramos was the claws. Sergio Ramos, the lion. Where Puyol was discipline, Ramos was chaos. A beast who thrived in pressure, a defender who didn't just defend, he hunted. Ramos was dangerous in both boxes. Yes, he would tackle, foul, and fight, but he also scored goals like a striker. The 93rd minute header in the 2014 Champions League final versus Atletico Madrid. That moment alone gave him immortality. Without Ramos, maybe Madrid's La Decima never arrives. The Lion was fearless, sometimes reckless, sometimes brutal, but always alive, always burning. His red cards became memes, his fouls became headlines, but you could never deny his greatness. With Spain, Ramos was a key pillar in the golden era. 2 Euros, 1 World Cup. He defended next to Puyol and later Piqué, but he was always the lion, roaring, fighting, bleeding for La Roja. At Real Madrid, Ramos lifted not 1, not 2, but 4 Champions League trophies as captain. He became the symbol of Madrid's never-say-die spirit. Yes, he was controversial. Yes, he was hated by rivals. But tell me, what is a lion if not feared? And then there was royalty. Before Puyol and Ramos, before modern football's chaos, there was one man who defined defensive perfection. Paolo Maldini, the king. Maldini didn't need to scream like Puyol. He didn't need to roar like Ramos. Maldini ruled with calmness. He made defending look like art. For over 25 years in Milan's shirt, Maldini became the most elegant defender the world has ever seen. He played left back, he played center back, and he mastered both. He faced Maradona, Ronaldo Nazario, Zidane, and Messi's generation, and he stood tall. Maldini wasn't just a defender. He was the definition of class. Rarely fouled, never dirty, always one step ahead. His positioning, his reading of the game, it was like he could see the future. Imagine this. Maldini played 2 Champions League finals 20 years apart. In 1989, he lifted the trophy with the great Arrigo Sacchi team. And in 2007, at 38 years old, he lifted it again with Kaká and Pirlo by his side. 7 Serie A titles, 5 Champions Leagues, a dynasty of greatness. And perhaps the most beautiful stat of all, Maldini spent his entire career at one club, one shirt, one kingdom. AC Milan. That is why he is the king. Each man ruled in his own way. Puyol, the loyal warrior. Ramos, the fearless lion. Maldini, the eternal king. 3 legends, 3 legacies. One question remains. Who was truly the greatest defender of all time?